Yo, what's going on, everyone? Tyler Adolfo, and as I promised earlier this week, I was going to upload another George Carlin reaction video. For this one, I'll be reacting to politicians, and I actually have not seen this one, so it should be really interesting. If you're new here, I've already uploaded two George Carlin reaction videos, one on The Big Club, and then I also did another one on George Carlin Talks About Stuff. If there are any particular ones you'd like to see me react to, just let me know in the comments below. Well, let's not waste any time. Let's hear what the comedian, philosopher, man, myth, legend George Carlin has to say about politicians.
Now, there's one thing you might have noticed I don't complain about. Politicians. Everybody complains about politicians. Everybody says they suck. Yeah!
Not gonna lie, I do it myself. I say that all the time.
These politicians come from. They don't fall out of the sky. They don't pass through a membrane from another reality. They come from American parents and American families, American homes, American schools, American churches, American businesses, and American universities, and they're elected by American citizens.
Very true point. If you have a problem with a certain set of politicians, then just don't send them into power.
Can do, folks. This is what we have to offer. It's what our system produces. Garbage in, garbage out. If you have selfish, ignorant citizens, you're going to get selfish, ignorant leaders. And term limits ain't going to do you any good. You're just going to wind up with a brand new bunch of selfish, ignorant Americans.
That is so true. I never quite understood the fascination with term limits. What benefit do you get from replacing one corrupt politician with another corrupt politician? I don't think that abolishing term limits actually solves any problem. Regardless of what your beliefs are, just consider it like this, right? So like if there's a certain group of politicians that you don't like in Washington, then you could make the argument like, oh yeah, well, term limits, it would get rid of them. They would have to retire eventually. But it also works as a two-edged sword, because if there's a group of politicians out there who are working on your behalf and fighting for your interests and the issues that you care about, then term limits would also have that effect of getting rid of them and possibly replacing them with someone who's not desirable or compatible with the beliefs that you have. It's not about how long people are there, it's about who's there.
Maybe it's not the politicians who suck. Something else sucks around here, like the public. Yeah, the public sucks. There's a nice campaign slogan for somebody. The public sucks. Fuck hope. Fuck hope. Because if it's really just the fault of these politicians, then where are all the other bright people of conscience? Where are all the bright, honest, intelligent Americans ready to step in and save the nation and lead the way? We don't have people like that in this country. Everybody's at the mall, scratching his ass, picking his nose, taking his credit card out of his fanny pack and buying a pair of sneakers with lights in them.
That was a really super specific description.
Political dilemma for myself in a very simple way. On election day, I stay home. I don't vote. Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't vote. Two reasons I don't vote. First of all, it's meaningless. This country was bought and sold and paid for a long time ago. The shit they shuffle around every 4 years.
If you think what he's saying is extraordinarily controversial, do consider the fact that in 2016, 100 million people did not show up to vote who were eligible to. So I'm not talking about like kids, people who aren't old enough. 100 million eligible Americans chose to sit home instead of vote for one of the two-party candidates or third-party candidates, whatever. There's so many people who feel like they don't benefit from the process, that there's nothing to gain from the process because of the options they're presented with.
Secondly, I don't vote because I believe if you vote, you have no right to complain. People like to twist that around, I know. They say, well, if you don't vote, you have no right to complain. But where's the logic in that? If you vote, and you elect dishonest, incompetent people, and they get into office and screw everything up, well, you are responsible for what they have done. You caused the problem. You voted them in. You have no right to complain. I, on the other hand, who did not vote,
I'm not really trying to make this a political channel. I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be a political channel, but I don't know, there may be people who are going to come here like 5 years from now and want to find something to cancel me over. You can pull up this. There's this sense in society that like people aren't responsible for what the politicians do. You are responsible and you are to blame. If you voted for the person who launches a war, then you are complicit in that. You're enabling that kind of behavior.
So I know that a little later on this year, you're going to have another one of those really swell presidential elections that you like so much. You'll enjoy yourselves. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm sure as soon as the election is over, your country will improve immediately. As for me, I'll be home on that day doing essentially the same thing as you. The only difference is when I get finished masturbating, I'm going to have a little something to show for it, folks. Thank you very much.
I think he's on the money. If you disagree with anything George Carlin said, let me know down below. If you disagree with anything I said, let me know down below. Share your thoughts. What did you think of this performance? Please do consider subscribing to the channel so I can know that this is the kind of video that you want to see. Give it a thumbs up. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have an excellent day.